everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video, and as always, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And we are back here in the Cinema Sickness library after 4 amazing, fantastic, very magical, yet all too short days in Walt Disney World. What a fantastic time I had. And that's going to be this video. Just kind of a recap video. Going to talk about the trip. Going to show you some stuff I picked up. So it's going to be a little bit of a haul video as well. So let's get down to it. So the trip was fantastic. It was my first time ever going to Walt Disney World completely alone, by myself. I did not bring a friend. I did not bring family. Just me, myself, and I. That's all who went to Walt Disney World. And a little bit of an experimental trip as well, because I was always curious, what would it be like to go to Walt Disney World by myself? Would it work? Would it be fun? I mean, I imagine it would be, but I didn't know if it would be kind of weird, so I just wanted to try it out, since in the future I might do this again. In fact, I'm already kind of planning on possibly doing it again next year. So really wanted to test this out. I kind of like stuck my foot in the water, as they say, last year when I went down with Miss Sickness and Cinema Sickness Jr. We went down last fall. And I kind of tried it out a little bit then, because there was plenty of times during the vacation where Miss Sickness and Cinema Sickness Jr. would go back to the hotel. Either they would go back to take a nap like midday, or at night Cinema Sickness Jr. would start to get tired and kind of cranky, and they would go back and I would stay out. So there were plenty of times last year where I was in the park by myself, but only for like, a few hours at a time, maybe at most. So this was the first time ever just going down completely by myself for the whole time. Every day, 24 hours a day, by myself. So it ended up being fun and interesting and cool, and I actually really enjoyed being down there by myself. Not that I don't enjoy going with my family or anything like that, or with a friend or something like that, but it was a lot of fun going by myself, since I could do everything on my own pace. I could go to bed when I want. I didn't worry about, keeping anybody up. I could sleep in. I didn't worry about, anybody else in their time schedule. I was saying, I didn't worry about anybody else in their time schedules, or when they wanted to do something, or what they wanted to do. It was all just me. And that was kind of cool, and made the trip a lot more interesting and more fun, seeing as I could just do things as I wanted to do them and when I wanted to do them. It was just a complete me trip, and I could just do whatever I wanted at any point. And that actually made the trip a lot of fun. A lot of people were asking, oh, isn't it going to be kind of weird to go by yourself? A lot of people think that's very strange, and I guess rightfully so, but it's Disney, and, not everybody gets Disney. There are two types of people out there: the people who are completely obsessed with Disney parks, and there are people who just aren't. And the people who aren't, I can understand them not understanding and getting it. But for the people who are just obsessed, it doesn't matter. It could be you, or it could be you and 100 other people all going together. You're still going to have an awesome time, because you're in the parks and you love it so much, and it's like your home. I always say it, I'm like, Walt Disney World is my true home. I love it. I get there, I'm like, I'm finally in my true house. So I loved it, and I had a great time, and it really worked out and made for an absolutely fantastic trip. Again, it was a really quick trip. It was only 4 days, which I've said time and time again, if you're going to go to Walt Disney World, do not go for just 4 days. It makes no sense to go down for that long. Save up your vacation days. If you got to save up vacation days at your work, save them up. Save sick days. Whatever you got to do, take a nice long time. I would say at least go for a week, but I would say go even longer than that. Usually when my wife and I go down, we go down for 12 days. This year we're actually adding an extra day. We're going down for 13 days in December, but normally we go down for 12 days. That's 10 days in the park, and then day one is the first day we get there. And the first day we get there, we usually try to do something. Either we go to not downtown Disney, Disney Springs, which used to be downtown Disney. We'll go there maybe the first night, or what I've done the last few times is we've gone down in like around Halloween. So I did the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party like the first night I get there, so we're not wasting like a park ticket or whatnot. So I've done that. In fact, this December I'm going to do the Mickey's Christmas party the first night I get there. So that's what I'm going to do. And then you got days 9 through where are we at now? I'm losing counts. 2 through 11. There we go. That makes more sense. That's all park days. That's just going to the parks. We have hop passes. We're just jumping around from park to park to park for 10 days straight. And then day 12 is the day we fly home. So that's how long we go down. And then, like I said, this year we're going to do an extra day, a 13th day, which we're going to just basically take whatever day the parks close earliest. Like if for some reason all the parks close at like 9 or 10 o'clock one day, and that's the latest the parks are open till, so they're not open super late. We're going to take that day, and we're going to just go resort hopping and just kind of, maybe go downtown Disney Springs, just kind of jump around all over the place and just have a lot of fun on that day and not go to the parks that day. So that's going to be really cool. That's going to be exciting. We've never done anything like that before. We had just a whole day to just do anything but the parks. So that's going to be pretty cool. So I always say go for a long time because it's cheaper. The longer you go down, the cheaper it costs. Your price, the price Disney charges you on stuff goes down the longer you stay. This trip that I just took, this trip cost me the same exact amount that it's going to cost me to go in December. 4 days is costing me the same amount that it's going to cost me to go down for 13 days. Just do the math there. That's how it works out. So I always say go for a good long time. Do not go down for a short time. And definitely do not go down over a major holiday like Memorial Day weekend. So this trip was just completely backwards from what I normally do. But as I told you guys, the entire reason why I went down this weekend at all was for the fact that I had assumed they were going to do the 24-hour event, which they've been doing like Memorial Day weekend, that Friday Memorial Day weekend. They've been doing a 24-hour event where they open the Magic Kingdom up for 24 hours straight. They've been doing that for the last couple years. So I booked my trip in anticipation for them doing that again. They didn't do it this year. So I had already, I wanted to make sure I had a hotel room. I didn't want to just wait for the announcement and then try to book and everything be booked up because a lot of people go down for that. So I've always wanted to do it. I knew it'd be a busy weekend, it'd be a busy event, but I've always wanted to do it. So I figured I'm just going to book the hotel. Hopefully they're going to do it this year. Hopefully they're going to announce it and I'll get to go and it'll be absolutely awesome. I'll finally get to do the 24-hour event, which I've always wanted to do. They didn't do it this year, so that kind of stunk. But at this point, I was like, you know what? I have my plane ticket booked. I have my trip booked. Screw it. I'm just gonna go. I already got everything booked. What the heck? I'm just gonna go. And again, it was kind of a little bit of a test, an experimental trip where I was just gonna see what it's like to go by myself, and I'm just gonna do it for 4 days. So it was awesome. It was fantastic. I had a great time, and really worked out. Even though it was just a kind of a weird trip for me in the sense that it was going for a short time over a major holiday weekend, which I always say don't do, and the fact that I was going by myself, which again wasn't strange, I had nothing wrong with that, but it was different. It was something I'd never done before. So again, great time. Weather was pretty fantastic. I was surprised. I had talked to some locals while I was down there, and they said it's usually a lot warmer this time of year, so weather was really good. During the day, on like maybe Saturday, a little bit on Sunday, it was a little warm during the day. Like, I mean, you saw me like wiping all like the sweat off my face, like in my videos. So I was getting warm. I was sweaty. It certainly was humid down there. Came home from the parks every day like sticky and having to immediately jump in the shower before like I touched anything because I felt disgusting. But all things considered, it wasn't that bad, and the evenings were amazing. Saturday night was probably the warmest night, but Thursday night, Friday night, but as soon as the sun went down, it cooled off. It was amazing. And then Sunday night, a quick rainstorm came through, which luckily I missed it. I went to Mickey's PhilharMagic and completely missed it, which is great. That got rid of any humidity and like it got cool again. It was so nice. The nights were just beautiful. I wasn't even thinking about how warm it was at night because it was so nice. During the day I was like, oh man, it's a little warm. I want to duck into the store and stuff, but at night it was just amazing. So temperature wise, absolutely amazing trip. I couldn't believe how nice it was out. So again, I had a fantastic time. It was amazing. By myself, my first ever solo trip to Walt Disney World, and probably not my last. I'm already thinking about like doing this again in 2017 next year. My wife already said that she probably won't want to go to Walt Disney World next year. She's gonna just take like a year off. Me, I don't really want to do that, so I'm probably gonna go down for like a week or possibly even longer. I'm trying to talk my wife into letting me go down for like the normal 12-day vacation, but just me going to myself. Not sure that I'll be able to swing that. She already kind of said, all right, you can go for a week, but I'm trying to talk her into letting me go a little bit longer. We'll see. So at least a week, possibly next year, I'll go down by myself again. So that's gonna be really interesting, really cool, and a lot of fun because this trip was just amazing. I would say the other bad thing about this trip was since it was so short. And this is another thing I say about going for such a short amount of time. You feel obligated to just do as much as possible. You're only down there for a short amount of time. You want to just take advantage of your time. You want to get on as many attractions as you can, see as many shows as you can. You want to just be going, just go, 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 go. You want to get up like right when the parks open. You want to stay till they close. You want to just be in the parks all day long, doing as much as you can. Maybe taking a break here or there to get some food, and that's it. You're just go, 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 go. And that's kind of how I felt this trip. I kind of felt like I just need to do as much as possible. I need to constantly be doing stuff because I'm here for such a short amount of time. I want to get as many attractions in as I possibly can. I need to just get on all this stuff. And I didn't feel as relaxed as I normally do. I always say Disney trips are extremely relaxing. A lot of people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but a lot of people don't go for 12 days. And I think that a lot of people don't find it relaxing because they go for such a short amount of time and they feel rushed and they feel they have to do everything. When I go for 12 days, it is incredibly relaxing because I can take my time. I can sleep in if I want. I don't have to get, I do get up early in the morning sometimes to get in for like rope drop or magic hours or something like that, but I don't have to do that every day. There are days where I can say, you know what, I'm kind of tired. I'm just going to sleep in. I'll get up at like 10 o'clock or something like that and go in a little bit later. I could go home early. If one night I'm in the parks, I'm like, man, I am really beat or my feet are killing me. I'm just going to leave a little bit early and go home and beat the crowds. I can do that if I want. I can go back and take a nap. I can go over to a hotel. I love going to the hotels. Not only do I always say when you're going to Disney, stay in a Disney or one of the resorts. It's half the fun, half the experience is staying in a Disney resort. If you're staying off site, to each their own, but I would never do it. I'm never going to stay off site. It's just, it would ruin the entire experience of going to Walt Disney World, in my opinion, if I stayed at an off-site hotel. I will never do it. I literally rather just not go to Walt Disney World. In fact, beginning of this year, I had the opportunity to go to Walt Disneyland, but I would have had to stay off-site. I didn't go because of that. When I go to Walt Disneyland for the first time ever, I'm going to wait for all the construction to stop. A lot of the parks closed right now. They're doing some refurbishments, and they're also building Star Wars Land, so I'm going to wait for a lot to be finished, but I'm also going to go when I can stay at a Walt Disneyland resort. I really want to stay at the Walt Disneyland Hotel, at least, or one of the other ones, but I want to stay at one of those, their actual resorts on property. So I'm going to do it upright because it's probably going to be my first and last time ever going to Walt Disneyland. So I always say, stay in a Walt Disney resort. It's half the fun. And one of the things I love doing is resort hopping. I don't love just going to the parks. I love just going, I'm going to go over to the Grand Floridian and just hang out over there for a little while. Or I'm going to go to the Wilderness Lodge and just hang out there. I just go to resorts and just relax. They're so beautiful. The grounds are amazing. The resorts are decorated beautifully. The grounds are amazing. You go to some of the more expensive hotels, they're deluxe hotels. It's just it's breathtaking how beautiful they are. It's like an attraction in themselves. And they always have little spots where you can just hang out and just relax and just chill. A lot of those places, if you're a big fan of food, have really nice like quick service restaurants, which means you don't have to have a reservation to actually sit down. You can just get something to go, but it's like different food than you're going to find in the parks and stuff like that. So if you're a big fan of food, my wife is, she loves going to resorts because she can always find like interesting food that you can't get anywhere else in Walt Disneyland at like certain resorts. So she likes that. So I love going to the resorts and just relaxing. And I even said in one of my videos, this time, I said I wish I had more time because I was on the Walt Disney Boardwalk looking over across at the Beach and Yacht Club and thinking to myself, I would love to just go over there and just pull up a lounge chair and just relax and just take it easy and just sit for like an hour or two and just not do anything, not worry about anything, not care about anything. And when you go down for a good long time, you can do that. You have plenty of time to get on all the attractions, to see everything you want to see, to do everything you want to do. You got plenty of time to do that and relax. Like the first couple days you're down there, you're probably going to be, trying to get a lot done just because you're so excited to be there. But after a couple days of being there, you're just going to be like, you know what? It's time to just chill and just relax and have a good time. And that's why I love going down for such a long time, because you can just have a very relaxing, chill vacation. You don't feel rushed. You don't feel like you got to get everything done. So that was the only real negative thing about this trip, is the fact that I felt really rushed. I felt that I had to get a lot of stuff done. I didn't want to waste my money. I didn't want to waste my trip by just sitting around doing nothing, even though I love doing that, even though it's great. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get on and see as much as I possibly could to get my money's worth. So that was the one negative thing. Although it was really nice on Saturday, I met up with one of my Instagram buddies, Megan. I met up with her and her family, and we actually took it easy for a little while. They just wanted to walk around the World Showcase. They wanted to do some shopping. They wanted to eat at some places, and they invited me along to go hang out with them. And we went on a couple attractions, but for the most part, we just kind of walked around and just talked and had a good time. And that was a lot of fun. So I did get to relax a little bit, but for the most part, I was just running around like crazy trying to get on everything I possibly could. So yeah, that's just again more of a reason why I don't ever really want to do a quick trip again. I mean, if next year they say they're gonna do, they actually announce they're gonna do the 24-hour event, will I go? I'm not sure if I will or not. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll do it next year if they announce it. But somewhere down the line, will I do it? Possibly. So I might do a quick trip again. But I'm only going to do a quick trip if there's a reason to. Like they're doing the 24-hour event. If they're doing the 24-hour event, that's a good reason to do a quick trip because they're doing something special and something really cool that you want to do. But just to go for such a short amount of time, I would never, ever, ever do that again. So it's always going to be long trips for me. But all right, anyway, 15 minutes now talking about my trip. I don't think I have much more to say other than that. I just had a blast. It was fantastic. Again, weather was great. Trip was a lot of fun, but way too short. But it was just amazing, and I had a great time. And going by myself, it was... it ended up being really cool, and I look forward to doing it again, especially going for a long time. I think like 12 days in the park, just by myself, is going to be just like the most relaxing time of my life. I don't think I'll be able to ever think of like a time more relaxing than that. So I'm really looking forward to possibly doing that next year. We'll see. So all right, I'm gonna shut up now. We all know the trip was great. So let's take a look at some things I got. So as always, this is something I always do. I have like what I call a memory box. It's just like a Tupperware box. But I keep like important things in there, like concert tickets or like events I go to that maybe have like a pamphlet or something. I keep all this stuff, just interesting things that hold like memories to me. And every time I go to Walt Disney World, I always take like a Ziploc bag and just shove it through all like all the paperwork and stuff that comes with it. And I always pick up the guide maps for that time when I go down there, because the guide maps always change throughout the year. So I always pick up the guide maps when I go down. So we have the Magic Kingdom guide map, which has the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train on it. Then we have the Hollywood Studios, Disney's Hollywood Studios, which has the Star Wars Awakens on the front. Very cool. We got Animal Kingdom. I love it. See that? It's already got the new nighttime stuff. I love the fact that it's already showing that on the guide maps. That is really cool. There's a Tree of Life Awakens, which was awesome. Should I talk about that really quick too? I didn't mention that. That was probably the greatest thing of my trip, was the fact that I got to be there day one of the nighttime events at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I've never been to Walt Disney World for an opening event. Never happened. Saturday was technically the official opening of all this stuff, but Friday was called their soft opening, which meant they didn't really announce it so much, but they still opened everything up. And to be there that night and to get to do all the things, get to ride the nighttime safari, which wasn't all that thrilled with, but getting to do that, getting to see the Tree of Life Awakens, getting to see the Jungle Book show, what was it? I think Jungle Book Live with Magic, I think it's called. Getting to do all that for the first time, being literally one of the first people to ever get to do that on the first night it was ever done, getting to see all that stuff. I was up front. I was standing as close to the Tree of Life as you can possibly get to witness the Tree of Life Awakens, which I did videotape and put up on cinemasickness.com and on YouTube. It was amazing. Like, I wasn't way back in the crowd with all the other people. I was right up front, as close as I could possibly be. I mean, just amazing. As a Disney nut, as a huge Disney fan of the park, as somebody who just is obsessed with Disney parks, it was the greatest thing ever to get to do all that. It was just so much fun. It was so fantastic. And it's definitely top 10 greatest Disney moments ever. I should probably do a video on that, like my top 10 moments. I might do that. I might sit down and write something down. So it was just amazing. It was so, so cool. And I still think they have their work cut out for them. The water show is going to be fantastic. Right now they're doing the Jungle Book thing, but that's not going to be their... That's just for a short time being. It's like a limited time thing. They're going to do a different show eventually, which I think is going to look amazing. The Tree of Life Awakens was so cool. That is an awesome thing. I loved it. Thought it was great. And I did say that the nighttime safari wasn't so good. I think they need to do some tweaking. I honestly don't even know what they could possibly do to make it better. I really don't know. they either need to do something to make it better, they need to tweak it, get a better attraction in, or maybe just get rid of it altogether. I at this point, if it's gonna just be what it is, I wouldn't even be against them just doing away with a nighttime safari. I wasn't a fan. I don't think they will. I think they're gonna keep it going. They need nighttime events, but it wasn't all that good. I hated the lighting. The lighting was like literally just poles with lights on them. Like it's Disney. Like I should feel like I'm in another world. Like I should feel like the light, like poles with lights on them. It just it felt rushed. Like that's how I would describe it. That is how I would describe the nighttime safari. Rushed. It almost felt like you know, the people behind the parks. I don't want to say the Imagineers, but the head honchos were like, we're gonna keep the park open late. We need something else. We need more attractions. And somebody went nighttime safari, and they went just do it. Just hurry up. Like I felt like it was really rushed. Like it felt like there wasn't a lot of time and effort put into it, a lot of thought put into it. They put some lights on poles. They stuck this thing behind a tree that looked like a sunset, but honestly, to me, I thought it looked like there was like a spaceship behind trees. That's kind of what it looked like. You go into this one part, it's supposed to be like a nighttime like moonlight shining. It's a pole with a bluish like white light shining down. Yeah, if you don't look at the pole, it kind of looks like, you know, like a bright moonlight, but you can see the pole with the light shining. It looked. No, I wasn't a fan. You could barely see the animals. A lot of the animals were hidden, which they are even during the day, but at least during the day you could like, oh, I see him back there. You would just see like a silhouette of something walking around most of the time. Occasionally maybe there was an animal up close, but for the most part you weren't seeing many animals. I didn't like it. I was not a fan. I met a couple while I was watching the Tree of Life Awakens who actually was nice enough to get me on the nighttime safari. I didn't have the fast pass for it. I would have had to wait in a pretty long line, which I was gonna do. But luckily they were like, oh, just come with us, and they were able to get me on thanks to a really nice cast member who was nice and let me on with them. So I got to do that. So I wouldn't really recommend it. I wasn't a big fan. It just wasn't very cool. So they need to do some tweaking, but they do have Avatar Land coming, and that's going to be pretty cool when they open the new Avatar stuff. That's gonna look beautiful at night. I'm not a big fan of them doing Avatar. I think it's a mistake to bring in Avatar, just a franchise where I'm like, really, Avatar? Like, yeah, it's gonna look beautiful. It's gonna look amazing. The concept art's like, wow, and I have no doubt it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. I'm not a big fan of that coming to the Animal Kingdom. It just doesn't make sense in my opinion. But I think over time they're going to tweak some stuff. They're going to add some new things. They've got to. They got to give people more of a reason to be there in the afternoon than just what they have going on now. So I think in time they'll introduce more, and over the years we're going to see it get better. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride Everest at night. I really want to ride Everest in the dark. In December when I go down, it's on my list of things that must happen. I didn't get to do it this time because I was busy watching all the. I saw the Tree of Life Awakens, then immediately went to Nighttime Safari, and then from there I had to get right over to the Jungle Book show. By the time the Jungle Book show was over, the park was closed. It was 11 o'clock, so that's why I didn't get to do Everest, unfortunately. But it'll happen next time I go down. It happens. So, all right, sorry. Then we have the Epcot's guide map here. What's really cool is it has the International Flower and Garden logo on it, which is really cool, which was going on. I've never done that either. I've never been down there for the Flower and Garden Festival, which was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not some like, it wasn't really necessarily my thing. I love like gardens and stuff. I go to Longwood Gardens all the time, but this was more a little bit, it's not anything too crazy. They had really cool topiaries and stuff. They got some food out and things. It was pretty cool. I've never done it before, and I can say I've done it. It's something I would ever really like go down to do again, though. I think like even though I'm not a big fan of food art, like oh, I am a big fan of food, but I'm a picky eater and I don't drink. But I would say the Food and Wine Festival is much more interesting in my opinion. I can see why people like that more. But it was so cool to get to do that, participate in it, and just say I've done it, which is cool. And they even have this like garden passport thing I picked up too, which is pretty cool. So I always have to get these, just something, little keepsakes for me, and I always have to pick these up. So I got those. Then we got this is cool. They always have these pins you can wear. You go to you can get them at your resort, or you can go to like the information center in each park, and they'll give you a pin. They have like ones if you got like married, or if you're having a birthday, or if you're celebrating something. So I'm celebrating first solo trip 2016. Look at that. Very, very cool. I actually meant to get one of these on like day one, and I just forgot. So Sunday, as I'm leaving the park, like light bulb went off. I'm like, I never got my pin. So I didn't get to walk around and wear this, unfortunately, on my vacation, but I at least got it. So that's awesome. So just a little keepsake there. My first ever solo trip. Awesome. Then I guess we'll continue with some pins here. These were cool. I stumbled across these. All the stores had like a little, these were, what do they call these? Impulse buys. Like right up front at the cash register, they have like little buckets of stuff. You can just kind of go, oh, I want to get one of those. Just as a like quick little impulse buy as you're checking out. And I saw these and I got them. And these are these cool little pins. There's like a Minnie Mouse one there, but it looks like kind of like old school like Sailor Jerry tattoo. That's awesome. Got that for myself. Then we have Mickey Mouse, which is like a comic book style, like Mickey Mouse, which is really cool with like the dots. That's awesome. So those are for me. And then I felt really bad because my wife was really hoping for the Flower and Garden Festival. They had one of their logos for it was like this Minnie Mouse, but it was all done in like flowers. And apparently they had a mug. My wife collects mugs, like coffee and tea mugs. She collects those, and they had that apparently. She saw in like pickups videos, like somebody else she watches does. They had a mug with that logo on it. She really wanted it, and I told her, oh, I'll look for it. If I can find it, I'm gonna get it for you. And unfortunately, since it was the last weekend of the festival, they were like sold out of everything. They didn't have trading pins. I really want to get myself a Flower and Garden trading pin since I was there for that. I wanted to get one. They didn't have them. They were all sold out. And they were all sold out of the mugs as well. So I didn't get what I want. My wife didn't get what she wants. But I came across this. I thought, this is cute. I'm going to get this for my wife. Look at this cute little Minnie Mouse right here, like the flowers and everything like that. It's not the logo, but it's still cute and all flowery. And I picked that up for her. She liked it. She thought it was really cool. Just a little pin. Figured I would just be nice and just grab that for her. So got some pins there. But I also got some trading pins as well. I always pick up a trading pin, or at least one, sometimes more, but I always pick up a trading pin to at least commemorate the trip. I'm not a big trading pin collector. I don't just buy any one that I think is cool, because if I did that, I'd have millions of them, because I gotta say the trading pins are awesome and I would love to collect them, but I can't, because if I start collecting them, it's gonna get to the point where I become obsessed with them, because there's so many, like I'd say 95% of them I'm like, I want to own. They're all so cool. But I always just pick up one that commemorates the trip, the one that I can look at and go, oh, that was my so-and-so trip. I remember all the good times I had on that trip. So the one I picked up just for this trip was just a plain, ordinary 2016 Music, Magic, and Memories Disney Parks pin with the Sorcerer Mickey there. That's awesome. So that's really cool. I just went with this plain 2016 one because when I go down again in the winter, I'm gonna get myself a Christmas 2016 one. So that'll be what I do then. So I'll have my standard one to commemorate going down by myself in the spring, and then I'll have the Christmas 2016 one to commemorate when we go down for Christmas. So awesome. But I also got I actually had for the Disney Movie Rewards program, like a couple years ago, they sent everybody who was part of that a free Disney trading pin, and they sent me 2. So I had an extra one, and I completely forgot I even had it until a few months ago. I was looking through like a bag of just old pins I have, and it was inside there, and I was like, oh, I have an extra trading pin here that I don't need. And one of the cool things about the trading pins are you trade them. You don't just trade them, amongst other collectors, but you also can trade them with cast members. Cast members will wear lanyards or these little things on their side with the trading pins on them, and you can say, hey, oh, can I see what pins you have? You look through and you go, oh, I like that one. I'll trade you. And they pretty much can't say no. They can't say, I don't like that one. It's pretty much you hand them a pin, they say, okay, it's a done deal. So all weekend I've been looking, and I hadn't really seen anything I liked, and then I came across this I Heart Disney pins. That was really cool. Apparently this is like a limited edition one too. It's a hidden Mickey pin, 3 of 5. So interesting. But I just thought it was really cool. I was like, that's kind of the coolest one I saw. So I really want to get that. I Heart Disney pins. I thought it was pretty neat. Wanted to grab it. And that's the one I traded for the extra copy of the pin I have. In fact, the lady who I traded to was like, oh my god, I've never seen this pin. So it makes sense, because I think pretty much anybody who got those pins either was probably collecting them, or I can't see many people taking those pins to like the park. They were kind of limited edition. Like I already have one. So hopefully somebody saw that lady, later on the day or whenever, sees that pin on the lady and gets it, because it's a pretty cool pin. But I already had a copy, so I didn't need to. So that's awesome. Wanted to get that. So just a fun little pin. This one I wanted to get, like always say, I try to get something to commemorate my trip. So I was kind of looking for something that maybe would commemorate a trip somehow, and I wasn't really finding anything. But this one's just kind of to commemorate the fact that I'm collecting the pins. So cool. All right. I did end up grabbing my wife a mug. This is something she had been eyeing up the last trip we were down. The last time we were down there, she saw this mug and she really wanted to get it. Excuse me. She really wanted to get this mug, but I forget why. Oh, I think she didn't pick this up because she ended up getting other mugs. I bought her a mug. I bought her like a German mug from the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. She bought another mug as well, and then she was gonna get this mug, but since she already had those two other mugs, she was like, I don't need a third. I don't need a third one. I'm not gonna get it. I mean, she collects mugs, but she's not obsessed like me. She just tries to get what she really wants, and she doesn't get too crazy with it. So I knew she wanted this mug. I knew she was eyeing it up last year, so I picked it up for her, and it's just really cool. Alice in Wonderland mug. Look at that. It's like 3 teacups in one. That is so cool. I love it. So she was very happy I got this for her, because again, she had been eyeing this up. She definitely wanted it, but she just didn't want to go too crazy with bringing 50 mugs home. So she probably would. I could see her picking this up this year, but I got it for her. So there you go. Very cool. If you guys are wondering, did I get Cinema Sickness Jr. anything? The answer is no. 2 reasons. One, I already got him when I wanted to get him for his birthday. I got him that giant Pooh Bear, like stuffed animal. I was actually planning on getting that when I went down and bringing that back, which the more I think about it, I'm glad I didn't. How would I have gotten that on the plane? I don't know. But that was my plan, to pick that up and bring it back for him and surprise him with that. But I already got it for him early, so you kind of already got his Disney present. Also, I just had no idea what to get him. I walked around those parks, like in the every like gift shop, looking for something to get him, and I couldn't find anything that I thought he needed. I'm not going to get him any stuffed animals because he has a million of them. He loves stuffed animals, but he's got a million. I also refuse to buy him like any toy that he basically already has. He's got a million little cars. Am I going to buy him a car with Mickey on it just because it has Mickey on it? No, he's got like 50 million cars. He doesn't need another car. They had like bath toys that I was like, oh, these are really cool, but he's already got bath toys. Like, he already has everything, and I refuse to get him something that is a Disney version of something he already has. It's stupid. I want to get him something he doesn't have, something he needs, something he's going to enjoy that's different from everything else he has. I couldn't find anything. Not that it was age appropriate anyway. I did see some cool stuff that had he been like, if he was maybe like 5 years old, I would have bought from him. But at 2, I couldn't buy him a lot of the stuff, so I didn't know what to get him. He's a small kid, so I didn't even know what size like shirt to get him. I thought maybe I'll get him a shirt to wear when we come down in December, but I didn't even know what size. I was like, well, what size is he gonna be in December? Is he gonna have a growth spurt? I don't want to buy him a shirt this many months out and then he can't wear it in Disney. So I didn't know what to get him, so I didn't get him anything. I'll make it up to him when we go down in December. I'll buy him something then. I'll probably buy him a shirt then. Maybe like the first night we're down there, I'll get him a shirt to wear or something like that. So I felt kind of bad, but I was looking. I swear to God, I was looking for stuff, and I just couldn't find anything to get him. But I'll get him something eventually. So as far as movies are concerned, I didn't buy a single movie. Reason being is because I'm not gonna buy a Disney movie that I can get outside of the parks, because they're way too expensive in the parks. I'm not going to spend that money. I mean, even if I wanted to pay full price, I could still get it cheaper at Target than I'm going to get at the park. So I wouldn't do that. And as far as the park specific stuff they have, like the Imagineering, the Imagineering, the Magic Kingdom, and the Disneyland, like exclusive DVDs they have, which are awesome. I highly recommend getting them. They're amazing. I already have those. There are a few other ones. I already have all the specific ones. And I didn't make it over to Disney Springs. Disney Springs has a much larger selection of movies than you're going to find just in the parks. So maybe had I gone over there, maybe there could have been something interesting I wanted to grab, but I didn't make it over there, so I didn't grab anything. And as far as the selection I had in the parks, there was not a single thing I needed or was going to get. I either had everything that I was interested in, or the stuff that I was interested in was just too expensive and I can get it cheaper elsewhere. So I didn't buy any movies. Unfortunately, when it comes to park specific stuff you can only get in the parks, they get tons of different stuff, but as far as media is concerned, it's like here and there. Every maybe like couple years they'll get something new in, so it's going to be a little while till I find more specific stuff I need to get. But I did grab some CDs here, and these are definitely park-specific stuff that I wanted to grab. These are really cool. I'm trying to get more park music. I love, again, I love Walt Disney World and just the parks in general, so I love picking up the like the park music soundtracks. So I grabbed 3 of them here. First one being Wishes, a magical gathering of Disney dreams. This is for the Wishes fireworks show and stuff, so that's really, really cool. It's a 10-track CD with the entire soundtrack to the show, and then a sing-along version, which is, oh, I guess sing-along version would probably be just like karaoke. Okay, I get it. So I was like, how do you sing along? Follow the bouncing ball in a CD? But no, duh. So very awesome. So that's really, really cool. Wanted to grab that. Then I also grabbed the soundtrack to Fantasmic, which is an amazing show. I already told Miss Sickness, we were talking about it when I got back. I'm like, you know what? We haven't seen Fantasmic in like a couple years. For whatever reason, the last few trips we haven't stopped and seen Fantasmic. I'm like, this year we're seeing it again. I don't know why we should see this every time we go down. It's an amazing show, absolutely fantastic, and I feel bad that we just haven't been to it in like a couple years. So this year when we go down in December, we're going to go see Fantasmic again. It's an amazing show. I love it. So I got the soundtrack to that, which is pretty cool. It has the Disneyland and the Disney Hollywood Studios, the Walt Disney World version. So apparently, from what I can see inside here, it appears the Disneyland show is shorter, I guess, because there you go. Disneyland, Disney World. So it looks like maybe the show's shorter or something. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's as many songs in the Disneyland version as was in the Disney World version. So very awesome, very cool. The soundtrack too, fantastic, awesome. And then I grabbed the Haunted Mansion. This is really, really cool. It's got the Haunted Mansion song, Ghostly Music Box, a haunting, elegant version of Grim Grinning Ghost played from an authentic Porter Baroque. Yeah, Baroque, like, yeah, okay. Music box, so awesome. Otherworldly concerto. During the current recording sessions of the Haunted Mansion's famous pipe organ, Buddy Baker worked with organist Gaylord Carter in choosing just the right organ stops or voices for the perfect arrangement. Many variations. Okay, so it's different like variations of the I guess the piano. Very cool. The organ. Swinging Wake, the unearthly score from the Rock and Graveyard scene. The Graveyard Band. The Philharmonic Phantom perform their own version of Grim Grinning Ghost. 99 Happy Haunts. The graveyard inhabitants come out of their creepy old crypts for a rousing reprisal of your favorite songs. Interesting. And Phantom Manor Suite. Renowned composer John Debney. Sweeping orchestra, yada yada. So very cool. So just a bunch of different like renditions of like the songs and whatnot. That's awesome. Haunted Mansion, my all-time favorite attraction. So that's really, really cool. They had another Haunted Mansion CD I didn't pick up. I guarantee you when I go down in December, I'll be grabbing that. I didn't want to buy like everything. I wanted to leave myself something for next time. And I already got, these 3. So I left the other Haunted Mansion one in December. I'll pick it up. So very, very cool. So some great music there. I am a nerd. This is the kind of stuff I rock out to in my car. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like great rock and roll as well. I like some good punk rock or some metal or something like that. But I can't tell how many times, I'm like listening to some like, band where some guy screaming his head off. And then next minute I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen to some Disney Parks music instead. I love this stuff. So very, very cool. I have a playlist and everything on my iPod that I just love listening to. So some more CDs, some more Disney Park CDs. That's great. So there you go. That was everything I picked up. Not a huge haul or anything like that, but definitely some fun, cool stuff, and just a little bit of recap as to how my vacation went and how it was absolutely fun. I mean, it was short, but it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I look forward to going down with myself again sometime, especially if I get to do it for like a week or 12 days, something like that. I think that's going to be actually a lot of fun. I think this trip was a success. I know for a fact now that going down by myself is fun. It's cool. I'm going to do it again. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next time. But I also look forward to December when I go down with my family, because that's going to be fun too. Simmons Jr. is a blast to take down there. I mean, bit of a handful to have a kid in Walt Disney World, but it's great just to see his like eyes light up and how much he enjoys going on the attractions, seeing all the characters, and watching the parades. He has a blast down there. It's great watching him do that, especially now he's going to be like 2.5 when we go down next time. It's going to be amazing. He enjoyed it at 1.5. He's going to love it at 2.5, so I can't wait for that. It's going to be great. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So if you guys have any questions about the trip, I don't know what questions you might have, but leave some comments down below. I'll answer everything you guys want to know. So All right, that is it, guys. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. So hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a new video from me every single day, hit the subscribe button, and you're going to get one. And also, if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, hats, baby gear, kids gear, buttons, all kinds of cool Cinema Sickness gear, head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself some of that. And finally, if you want to show your thanks and appreciation and also support new content, head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness where every tiny little bit helps and is very much greatly appreciated. So, all right, back to the grind. I got work tomorrow. Just back to reality, and that's not fun. I'm looking forward to Disney. I have 189 more days until I go back to Disney. So I'm already counting down. So all right, guys, have a great one. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.